Hello, this is Theo Flove. Do you know the first and maybe the most important exercise that virtually all happy people do? Well, there were two psychologists that made a study about this. One is named Michael McCullough, and the other one is called Robert Emmons. And they did a study about this exercise that we're going to talk about, where they found that those who did this reported higher levels of alertness, higher levels of enthusiasm, energy, and increased in helping people, and increased inclination to help people. They also found that they exercised more regularly. In addition, they had less stress, less depression, and they were reaching their goals and dreams more steadily and faster. So what is this exercise that I'm talking about and these two psychologists are talking about? What is this exercise? It's actually something that famous people like Oprah Winfrey and Jack Canfield, who wrote the book Chicken Soup for the Soul, and even the Dalai Lama. There's a whole bunch of people who talks about this, and they promote it and say, yes, this is really important, and in some cases they say this is the most important thing to do. And it is called appreciation, thankfulness, gratitude, being thankful for things, being appreciative for things. But some of you may know, if you don't do it, you do not know it. So it's time to do, isn't it? This is one of those easy things that you can start to do right now and get tremendous value from. The study shows it. You will get value from doing this continuously. So, how do you do this? Some people call it count your blessings. Count your blessings. You can say something like, oh, I'm so happy that I have my arms. There are people in the world who actually don't have arms. Some don't have arms. Why don't appreciate it? You can always look at people in a worse situation than yourself, and there's plenty to take from in that area. Just look at a third world country. Be happy that you have a house. If you do have a house, be happy that you have a house. If you just have a tent, be happy that you have a tent. If you're living on the street and somehow this video reaches you, well, what can you appreciate? Start appreciating something. And I know I've never been on the street. I can't come from that place and tell you it's an easy thing to do, but I know that many homeless people, they are the most appreciative people in the world. You can give them something and they will give it away to someone else. They will share it. Have you seen the videos on YouTube where they give a homeless guy some pizza, and then another guy comes around, asks the homeless guy if they could have a pizza slice, and the homeless guy gives the guy a pizza slice. He has nothing, but he gives anyway. Homeless people knows something. They have this humility. Now, I'm not saying that if you practice appreciation, you'll be homeless. No. I'm not saying either that if you practice appreciation, you'll be rich and famous. Because none of that is guaranteed. What is guaranteed is that if you look for things to appreciate, you will feel better. You will feel better. You will feel more appreciation. The more you appreciate, the more you are appreciating. You're appreciating those around you, including yourself. Have you heard this phrase? What you appreciate appreciates. That means what you give your attention to actually expands and grows. So if you give your attention to something you like, consciously put your attention on something you are feeling thankful for. I'm so thankful I have this computer to watch YouTube videos or browse Facebook. I'm so happy that I have this shirt. I really enjoy this shirt. I love it. It feels great. I love the air that I can breathe. You can appreciate the simplest things. Start with being thankful for something easy. What is something easy you can appreciate? Look around in your environment right now. Start now. What can you be thankful for right now? Tell me. Don't feel shy. Say it in front of, even though you're watching the videos, tell me, what can you appreciate? I know some people have actually a hard time appreciating stuff because of outside circumstances. Like the rain, like the wind, like their mother or father-in-law or whatever. The truth is, it's very hard to change those things outside of you. It's very hard to change other people. It's very hard to change the weather. I don't know exactly how to change the weather. Have you ever went out in the rain and seen someone smiling? Or been the one who smiles when it's pouring down and you're blissing out, you're just enjoying nature as it is. You're just saying, nothing is gonna be in my way when it comes to feeling good. Because when I feel good, I uplift everyone around me. And that is true. Isn't that true? When you're around someone happy, doesn't that affect you in some way? Doesn't that make it easier for you to feel a little better? Think and feel about that. So, here's my recommendation. And you gotta, if you're gonna commit to what I'm about to recommend, you gotta do it. If it's too hard, make it easier. For the next 5 years, every day, find 10 things to appreciate. Not really. Take this week until next Thursday when the next video comes out. Until next Thursday, find 3 things, or maybe even just one thing. Start with one thing every day that you can appreciate. Look for that one thing. It's important that you're consciously looking for the thing to appreciate, the thing to be thankful for. Look for that one thing that you can be happy for today. And do this for the next 7 days. That's my suggestion to you. You may use it, you may not. But if you do, come back and see how you feel. Because this is creating a habit. It's creating some changes. And a study shown by McCullough and Robert Emmons, the psychologists from the University of Miami and the University of Dallas, I think. The research shows this has tremendous value. They actually did the study. They tested with people who were going to write 3 things or something a day in a journal that they just made up in their mind. It wasn't specified what they were supposed to write down. The other group wrote 3 things that they were feeling some unpleasantness about, some worry about. They wrote 3 things about that. And the third group wrote 3 things that they were appreciating, that they were happy for. And that group was the group that showed the increase in happiness, in energy, in regular exercise, in helping other people, in all of this, in you know, the energy level and enthusiasm, alertness, determination, less stress, less depression, more progress in achieving their goals. These are some major things that you can achieve just through practicing appreciation. So, I suggest you start with 3 things, write them down preferably, 3 things every day that you are thankful for. And start now. How long does it take to write 3 things down? 1 minute? In the beginning, maybe it takes 5 minutes to think of the first thing. But just do it, get it done, do it for the next 7 days. Let's come back to each other and see how it has affected you, and maybe you've had some nice changes. So, until next time, next week I'll be talking with you about the logical reason to appreciate. The logical reason why you should appreciate. Because people tell you, like me now, telling you, hey, you should appreciate, and I give you some study that shows it works. But why does it work? And what is the logic behind its mechanisms? I'm going to talk about that, and we're going to also talk about perfection, the need for perfection. Everything must be perfect. We're going to challenge that and discover some really cool insights. So feel free to like this if you're on Facebook, like it, share it if you want to. If you're on YouTube, please consider subscribing, because there's going to be a blast of value coming here every Thursday. And yeah, whatever you want.